It's a video in a playlist, and this video is brought to you by Exfoliate, which means these videos have three distinct purposes. One, to talk about a oil that Young Living sells and a condition that it treats. And then we talk a little bit about the Bible and about the law. This is going to be on immigrants, immigration, and PTSD. Okay, so the oils that Young Living recommends for PTSD. We have a blend called Freedom, that's $41. Okay, it's got sacred frankincense, blue spruce, lavender, palo santo, vetiver, peppermint, valerian. It also contains a little bit of divine release, which is a very expensive blend. We also have a blend called Valor, Transformation, and Joy. It says all these blends can release the negative memory trauma, allowing one the freedom to move forward with achieving their dreams. You can diffuse it into the air or apply it right onto your hands, a tissue, or a cotton wick. It says apply to the auricular emotional points. You can also soak in a tub with it. Now, water and oil don't really mix, but they make it, infuse it in the Epsom salt. They drop the oil right on the Epsom salt and take a bath with that. Okay, and so, I mean, personally, for post-traumatic stress, I think it helps to know that you're safe right now. You know, so for immigration, this is Matthew 10, line 5, the 12 that Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, "Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not." And then John 4:9 says, "The Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans." Exodus 23:28, "I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivite and the Canaanite and the Hittite from before thee. I will not drive them out from before thee in 1 year, lest the land become desolate and the beasts of the field multiply against thee. But little by little I'm going to drive them out from before thee, and thou wilt be increased and inherit the land. I will set thy bounds from the Red Sea even into the sea of the Philistines, and from the desert into the river. I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into your hand, and thou shalt drive them out before thee. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor with their gods. They shall not dwell in thy land, lest they make thee sin against me. For if thou serve their gods, it will surely be a snare." How about receipt of custom? Those three words, that's in the Bible. Luke 5:27, it says, "After these things he went forth, and he saw a publican named Levi sitting at the receipt of custom. And he said, Follow me." So receipt of custom was the place he was sitting, not a cash register receipt, I guess. Acts 10:28, he said unto them, "Ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation. But God showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean." So it's like Jewish snobbery. Line line 8, I'm not sure what the chapter is on that. It says, in furious anger and in great wrath, the Lord uprooted them from their land and thrust them into another land as it is now. Obadiah 1, line 7 says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee, that they that eat thy bread laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Deuteronomy 23:7, do not despise an Edomite, for the Edomites are related to you. Do not despise an Egyptian, because you resided as foreigners in their country. How about Leviticus 24:16, and he that blasphemed the name of the Lord shall surely be put to death, and all the congregation shall surely stone him, as well as the stranger, as he that is born in the land. When he blasphemed the name of the Lord shall be put to death. Now, you know your religion is not the supreme law here. Everybody's entitled to due process. So stop being witches and having witch trials, Christian witch trials. If there's no victim, there's no crime. Deuteronomy 23:7, thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou was a stranger in his land. Hebrews 13:2, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. 1 Kings 8:41, moreover concerning a stranger that is not of thy people Israel, but cometh out of the far country, for thy name's sake, for they shall hear of thy great name and thy strong hand, stretched out arm, when he shall come and pray towards this house, hear thou in heaven thy dwelling place, and do according to all that the stranger calleth to thee for, that all the people of the earth may know thy name, to fear thee, and do thy people Israel, that they may know that this house which I have builded is called by thy name. Exodus 12, one law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth. That's Exodus 12, line 49. Deuteronomy 28:43, the stranger that's within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Leviticus 19:33, if a stranger sojourn with thee in your land, you shall not vex him. For the foreigner residing among you must be treated as your native born. Love them as yourself, for you were foreigners in Egypt. The stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you. Love him as yourself, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt, and I am the Lord your God. Numbers 15, all that are born of the country shall do these things after this manner, in offering an offering made by fire, a sweet savor unto the Lord. And if a stranger sojourns with you, or whosoever be among you in your generations, will offer an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Lord, as ye do, so shall he do. One ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation, and also for the stranger that sojourneth with you. An ordinance forever in your generations. As ye are, so shall the stranger be before the Lord. One law and one manner shall be for you and for the stranger that sojourneth with you. Deuteronomy 27:19, cursed be he that perverteth the judgment of the stranger, the fatherless, or the widow. And all the people say amen. Nehemiah 13:1 says, the Ammonite and the Moabite should not come into the congregation of God forever. Banned. Isaiah 15, my heart shall cry out for Moab, his fugitives shall flee to Zor, a heifer of 3 years old. For by the mounting up of Luhith. With weeping shall they go it up, for in the way of Horonam they shall raise up a cry of destruction. Genesis 19, get out of our way. They replied, this fellow came here as a foreigner, and now he wants to play the judge. We'll treat you worse than them. They keep bringing pressure on Lot and moved forward to break down the door. They came to Lot, and they said to him, where are the men which came in to thee this night? Bring them out to us, that we may know them. And Lot went out to the door unto them, and then shut the door after them. And he said, I pray you, brethren, do not do so wickedly. Behold, now I have 2 daughters which have not known a man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out to you, and do to them as it is good in your eyes. Only these men do nothing, for therefore they came under the shadow of my roof. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came to sojourn. He needs to be a judge. Now we will deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sore upon the man and came near to break the door. Aliens from the commonwealth, that's there, Ephesians 2:12. At that time ye were without Christ, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenant of promise, having no hope, and without God in the world. Exodus 18:3, of her 2 sons, of which the name of the one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. Deuteronomy 14:21, ye shall not anything that dieth of itself, thou shalt give it unto the stranger that's in thy gates, that he may eat it, or thou mayest sell it to an alien, for thou art a holy people to the Lord thy God. Job 19, I am an alien in their sight. That's 19:15, Job. Psalms 69:8, I am become a stranger to my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children. Isaiah 61:5, strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the son of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. Lamentations 5:2, our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. Ezekiel 23, the Babylonians came to her in the bed of love, defiled her with their whoredom, and she was polluted with them, and her mind was alienated from them. Hebrews 11, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weaknesses were made strong, waxed valiant in fight, and turned to flight the army of aliens. That's Hebrews 11:34. Jeremiah 25 says, all the mingled people and all the kings of the land of Uz, and all the kings of the land of the Philistines, and Ashlakon and Azon Ekron, and the remnant of Ashdod. A message from the Book of Mormon, 1 Nephi 11:36, came to pass that I saw and bear record of the great and spacious building which was the pride of the world, and it fell. And the fall thereof was exceedingly great. And the angel of the Lord spoke to me again, saying, thus shall be the destruction of all nations, kingdoms, tongues, and people that fight against the 12 apostles of the Lamb. I mean, this study can get long, but I try not to make it this long. Let me just read you something from the law. Under the 14th Amendment, Naturalization Clause, the Supreme Court case of the United States versus Wong Kim Ark, 169 U.S. 649, anyone born on U.S. soil and subject to its jurisdiction is natural-born citizen. Regardless of the citizen of their parents, this type of citizen is referred to as birthright citizenship. This is probably Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3. Congress has the power to regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the several states and with the Indian tribes. Clause 4, probably Article 1, Section 8, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 4, to establish a uniform rule of naturalization and uniform laws on bankruptcy, the subject of bankruptcies throughout the United States. Other immigration terms that are to be found in there, you can look them up yourself, is the word refuge. That's in there 46 times. 6 cities of refuge. We also have, strangers in there quite a bit. And we have a message from the Book of Mormon. Behold, it is wisdom that this land should be kept as yet from the knowledge of other nations. For behold, many nations would overrun the land, and there would be no place for an inheritance. Wherefore I have obtained a promise that insomuch as whom the Lord God shall bring out of the land of Jerusalem shall keep his commandments, they shall prosper upon the face of this land, and they shall be kept from all other nations that may possess this land unto themselves. And if it so be that they shall keep his commandments, they shall be blessed upon the face of this land, and there shall be none to molest them, nor take away the land of their inheritance. They shall dwell safely forever.